Good evening, everybody. Intuitive Queen Shar is back with another reading. This will not be a really long one, but I want to get a message out. But the first thing I want to say is thank you, Lord, for another day of life. I am so glad to be home. My back hurts so bad, y'all. I had two spinal surgeries, and the first one failed, and they had to go back in again. And I have been suffering. I tell you, be careful with your back. I'll tell you all about that later. That's just one of the hurdles I've been through. I lost my mother and father 3 weeks apart in between the surgeries. So when I tell you 2021 almost took me out, it is only God's grace that's got me here, because the average person would have just Geronimo'd off the nearest building roof. I'm serious. But I'm here, pain or not, I'm going to get this message out, y'all. First of all, thank you all, everybody who's booking the readings and replying back with such wonderful testimonials. When I hear, oh my God, how did you know? You were on point. You were so right. That just touches my heart. Because I don't know y'all from Adam. That is just like a testimony that gifted people do exist. We're not all weirdos and witches and goblins and people that prey on you for money. There's some people like me who heard God's voice when I was 3 years old. Others heard it later in life, and this is what we do. This is no rehearsal involved. I just get on here and I talk and I pick up on energies, and I love it. I feel free now. I don't feel like I have to hide it from anyone. A few names have been flying over my head, but first of all, I got to tell y'all something this morning. You all may have a message coming in from your person. Y'all, the most beautiful thing happened when I was going in my building at work. A flock of pigeons, it had to be about 50 of them, hovered above my head. All I heard was flap, 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 flap. And I looked up, they was right above my head. And then they flew on the other side of the courtyard and they came right back. They couldn't fly in the building with me, so they're trying to tell me something. Birds are a sure sign of a message coming. So don't be surprised if you start hearing from the person you've been in separation with. And speaking of that, I'm picking up the name Justin, also the name Henry, also the name Morgan, could be first name or last name, could be male or female. Francis, could be male or female. I'm sorry. Mallory, Mandy, Candy. Again, I mentioned Candy last week, I believe. Milton. Again, I see a Milton. They may call him Milt. It was right on the tip of my tongue. A butterfly. Somebody may have a butterfly tattoo, or you may love butterflies. Frank. Cindy, Gretchen, Lisa, Trevor, good old Tyrone is in here. Who else? Melissa. Okay, if I hear something else, y'all know I'll interrupt the reading. Okay, when I was getting off the train today, a guy had his boombox on the train, which is prohibited, but I think it was meant for me to hear the song that was playing, I Do Love You by GQ. And I could just actually hear some of your energies saying, I do love you. And okay, we know that. We know that they made a mistake. We know they chose wrong. We know they're in regret. We know they're stalking you, which I have a disclaimer. I hate a stalker. In real life or online, I cannot stand a stalking troll. It just gets under my skin when you go digging deep and researching and looking up and spying. Just open your damn mouth and say what you got to say. I can't stand a stalker. I dated this guy very briefly. The one man I would never date again, y'all. He was a stalker. He was a Taurus. Also, you may be dealing with a Taurus. Birthday may be early May. May 1st through May 504 through May 4th. Last name could be Jones. Okay. I went out. He was just a liar. I think I talked about him before. Liar. And I had went out with a group that I had belonged to. And we were dancing and having a good time. This jerk, creep was in the background of the club in the dark at the last table watching me. When I found out, I went up one side of him and down the other. I don't like a creep. Just say what you're going to say. Be who you're going to be. I can't, y'all, when I tell you my pet peeve is creeps or are creeps, that's my pet peeve. Well, one of them. Also, don't make yourself too available. Okay, you got a crush on somebody. Okay, you like me. Don't show up every day where I'm at, because it's going to turn me off. It's not a turn on for me if you're always there. Have some dignity. You know what I mean? Don't make yourself so pressed. Don't look desperate. But your person clearly says, I do love you. And my question is, okay, so now what? What you going to do? You going to keep lurking, or you going to speak up? You going to put your big boy bloomers on, your big girl panties on, and say, this is who I want, damn it. Excuse my language. Damn it, this is who I want. I can't find nobody better. I can't find nobody I'm more comfortable with. I feel like I'm at home with this person. Y'all, I'm feeling like somebody's at 99% ready to talk. So you're going to start getting communication. I'm telling you. If you don't, then just unsubscribe. I know what I'm feeling. I'm sure about it. I keep hearing 99% ready. So they're ready to talk. They're embarrassed. It's been a long time. Just hear them out. Hear them out. Hear them out, and then say what you got to say. And I'm not here to judge anybody. Your relationship is different from mine, different from the next person. And the next person, you follow your gut instinct, but don't be stupid. Don't be a fool. Don't jump back into bed and let them mistreat you. You are the prize. Remember that. Okay? All right, what they want you to know is they're dealing with a lot of drama. No way, couldn't be. Whomever they went with is a drama queen or a drama daddy. I'm talking about fighting, very self-conscious, very low self-esteem. Where you going? Who you going with? Why it take you 17 minutes and 30 seconds to go get a pack of cigarettes? Oh, you must have stopped off and talked to that biatch. You must have met dude at the bowling alley. I mean, just drama. And they just like, I am so done with you. And again, I'm picking up on somebody who's waiting for some type of money to come in. May it be an income tax check or next paycheck, but they're like, I'm out of here. You were not worth me losing the most beautiful person in the world over. And you ain't never got to worry about me no more after this. They're dealing with a lot of drama, y'all. And in a way, I'm kind of glad they are, because it'll make them appreciate you more. The next thing they want you to know is they may be addicted to drugs and alcohol. They don't want you to know, but I'm going to tell you, I'm picking up painkillers. A lot of us have bad backs. They offer me some top-notch New Jack City stuff. I threw that crap in the trash after my spine surgeries, and I went through the worst pain. Y'all don't know, nerve pain on your spine is like somebody just stabbing you 24/7. But this person is using these drugs, y'all, or these alcohol bottles. They may even take like little bottles, you know, the small mini ones, to work. And they may drink at lunchtime and, you know, pop a couple of mints and keep it going. But I'm definitely picking up somebody. I don't know why I'm here to number 13. 13 in drugs, 13 in alcohol. Their birthday could be on the 13th. 13. Yeah, their birthday could be on the 13th of any month, but this person may be using drugs, y'all. And this is where I'm asking you to please have a heart. I am related to someone who struggled with drugs for 25 years, and I may get emotional, but it took them hostage. This is a A++ Catholic school student. Drugs don't discriminate, y'all. They don't discriminate. They gonna take the best person down. Okay? So have a heart if they are. I know some of y'all hate your person. You don't ever want to see him again. But nobody wants to be addicted to drugs. Some people do. Some people don't want to get help. But this person slipped. And by you leaving them, that was just more ammunition for them to give in. Okay? So have a heart. And if nothing else, pray for them. I mean that. I don't know. Whether I like you or not, whether we see each other again after this, if you need someone to go to a meeting with you, baby, I got you. Because I've seen the best go down. I don't touch nothing. I'm goofy by nature. You can't smoke around me. I don't want cigarette smoke. I drink once a year 1 glass of champagne. I belong to One, two, three boards of directors. And we have a big gala every year. That's the only time I'll have a sip of white wine. I went on a cruise recently with them and I had another sip and I got just as silly as I could be. But Charmaine don't drink or smoke. I don't want it around me. Okay? I don't know who wrote this card, but it says, I am now immediately go to you. It should say going to you. So once they get rid of this, they're coming right on over here to you. It's like, and this person right here, they know it. That's what a lot of the arguments about. That's what a lot of the arguments about. I know when you leave here, you're going to that B. I know when you leave here, you're going to home, boy. But go ahead on now. And that person may be using drugs and alcohol. It's a lot of mess. A lot of this going on. I didn't even have to draw the cards to tell you all this. Sorry about that. I'm holding this tablet. I'm going to go back to my regular setup that I tried the other day. But it's dark here. Not really enough light by the window. And it would have been a very dark video. So I decided to take it back to me holding my tablet. Okay, the next thing they want you to know is I can't stop thinking about you. I'm telling y'all, they're 99% ready to start talking. But we already know this because a lot of us who are in a twin flame or a soulmate connection, we already know that. We talk to them telepathically. We already know. There's some bonds that are just not explainable. That twin flame thing, that ain't no joke, y'all. I'm in one. I want to get rid of these energy drains and this person energetically so bad, but it's like they're knocking on my door like, where you think you going? We belong together, queen. Where you going? You ain't going nowhere. This is a little separation. This ain't the end. I'm coming back. Next one is they're afraid of rejection. We've had this card before because it's been a while. Some of you all, I'm picking up 2 years. I'm picking up 2 years, either 2 months or 2 years, but more towards 2 years. And they don't know how to, as my mom used to say, they don't know how to fix their mouth to say whatever they got to say to you. I'm talking about unsent text messages. No, I'm going to call. No, I'm not going to call. I'm going to send this message. No, I'm not going to send this message. They go back and forth and days go by. Then it's another week and they get more and more frustrated. And they're just getting more and more frustrated. But somebody's at the 99 percentile rate ready to start talking. I hope I said that right. Then we're going to come on down here. I'm giving y'all 10 cards tonight. This is definitely something I pick up on, y'all, especially for the masculines. I think a lot of them, well, not a lot, but a great portion were, I'm going to just say they were touched inappropriately or molested when they were children. And I'm going to tell you, it scars you. It makes you very promiscuous. It makes you treat people differently. It makes you have abandonment issues. So they do have childhood trauma. And this is another time I'm asking you to soften your heart. And if you find this out and, they want to go and talk to a counselor, go with them. Show them support. Whether you talk to that person again or not, that's God nudging you to tell you they need a friend. A lot of the reasons why they acted the way they did is because this kept replaying. Can you imagine being 7, 8 years old and somebody molesting you, putting their privates in your backside or your little vagina? You're a baby. You're a baby at that age and you got to live with it and nobody believes you. And you grow up and you become a porn addict, a sex addict, an alcoholic, a drug addict, a food addict, gambling-aholic. It happens. It happens. I ain't judging nobody. Y'all, it happens to a lot of men too. And they're too ashamed. And they cry at night. A lot because of this right here. And a lot because they miss you so much. I see a lot of them crying in their car. Some of the men and some of the ladies may work for UPS, may work for Amazon. They may work for public transportation and they get off at 9, 10, or 11 o'clock at night. And during the day, they're so busy, they don't really have time to reflect. But at nighttime, it is crying time. Okay? And they want to know, how could you ever forgive me for the mess I've made? They worry about that. And this is where you have to practice forgiveness. That's the hardest thing to do. But you have to remember, unless they put their hands on you, abused you, hurt your children, God asks us to forgive. He does. He does. And I'm talking to myself too. Who am I? I've sinned. I've sinned. I ain't perfect. I have a great golden heart, 100%, but I'm not perfect. We all sin. And if God forgives us, we should at least think about forgiving people. And you don't have to deal with them to forgive them, just to free your heart and your mind and not to block your blessings. But they want to know, will you ever forgive them for the mess they've made? They know they did it. They know it's their fault. They know you ain't do nothing wrong, but love them too much, care about them too much, trust them too much. They know they made a mess. The next thing is, why? Why can't I move on from you? Because most of you all are soulmates or twin flames. That's why. And because they love you. True love don't go away overnight. Especially when you got years and years. Like I said, I'm picking up 10 years, 13 years. That's not going to go away overnight. It may never go away. That's why they can't move on. Because you were the best they ever had. Like I said, you were the Willy Wonka gold ticket. Okay, you wasn't no Tootsie Roll or no Now Later. Y'all from the 70s know what Now Laters is. I used to be hooked on them things. You wasn't no Chick-O Stick or no Mr. Goodbar. You was a Willy Wonka golden ticket. You was the $1 million scratch off, and they threw it away. And they bought themselves a little raffle ticket and they lost. And the last thing they want you to know is this. Life without you is a mess. They're depressed, y'all. They're in the dark, and you were their light. And I'm going to tell you why this is true. My own person told me that I light up their life. I love that. You're the sunshine in somebody's life. You know what? Sometimes separation happens for a reason, to make a person appreciate you more. I can guarantee you, if you and this person get back together, it's going to be a Slurpee's chance in hell of them messing up again, because they missing you. Okay? All right, everyone. Thank you all for letting me read for you. Thank you all for the readings. I've been doing personal readings. I've been getting booked, and I'm so flattered and honored and humbled that you trust me. And again, the testimony is, oh my God, how did you know? And trusting me with your photographs, which I'm a woman of my word. They are deleted. I'm a woman of my word, like my mom. I remember my mom's very good friend passed away. And my mom taught me valuable lessons about when a person passes away, the things you should not do. You're not supposed to dig them up. You're not supposed to talk about it. Let it go. They're now facing judgment. They're standing before God. But my mom was not a fan of taking pictures of the dead. But she was too devastated by her friend's sudden death. So my brother went to the funeral to represent our family, because she had just saw her like 3 days before she passed away. Unfortunately, she had started using drugs again, y'all. And my mom said, Lord, I don't want to do this, but I want to see my friend one more time. So she had my late brother, take one picture of her in her coffin, and she looked beautiful. And when the picture got developed, my mom looked at the picture one time and kissed it, and she tore the picture into a million pieces, and she went outside and let it go in the wind. She threw it up in the air. And that was her way of respecting her friend Jeannie after she had passed away, y'all. So, yeah. So I don't keep people's pictures. If I say I'm going to delete them, I delete them. I'm not a weirdo. I thank you all so much for trusting me. And if you want a reading, I'm not doing the phone readings anymore. It's just a flat rate, $20 for 3 questions. I give advice, and I also take pictures of any cards that I've drawn. And so far, it's just been wonderful. I've had a couple of repeat subscribers get updated readings. And $20, you can't beat that. IntuitiveQueenShar@gmail.com. Lord willing, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I have a new deck, and the sunlight will be up, and I can do another reading for y'all. But yeah, your person's they're 99% ready to talk to you, so don't be surprised if you hear from them. Okay. I got a private number today. Every time me and my person are in a not so, we're not getting along, we beefing, I start getting private numbers. Boy, you better open your mouth up and ask for me. All right, y'all, take care. As my mom used to say, mwah, 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 mwah. I blew y'all some kisses. Good night.